Have you ever met someone and your brain immediately goes, yep, I'm about to be weird about this person? Like you don't even know their middle name, but suddenly they consume your thoughts, and even the mention of their name makes you blush. That's lust. And before you judge yourself for it, lust is normal and nothing to be ashamed of. It's your brain's way of saying, I'm drawn to you. It can be fun, exhilarating, and honestly, a little chaotic. But lust isn't just one feeling. It tends to move through stages. And if you don't recognize what stage you're in, you might confuse the intensity with love, or sexual chemistry with genuine compatibility. So here are 4 stages of lust, what they can feel like, and how to tell if you're building something real or just getting dragged around by your own nervous system. Stage 1. Initial attraction. This is the moment your attention locks on. Maybe it's the way they look at you, the way they laugh, their voice, their style, their vibe, or sometimes it's literally just the way they exist in a room, and your brain is like, hello, new favorite person. In this stage, your body often reacts before your logic catches up. You might feel warmer, more alert, more energized, and your thoughts start circling one idea. I want to be closer to them. The tricky part is that the spark doesn't mean you're compatible. It doesn't mean you're safe. And it definitely doesn't mean that you found your soulmate. It just means your brain noticed something rewarding, novel, or attractive. A helpful question in this stage is, am I attracted to who they are or to the image I created of them in my head? Sometimes the fantasy or idea of someone is what drives us, not the actual person. Stage 2. Infatuation. If the spark is the match, infatuation is the fire. It sounds dangerous because sometimes it is. This is when you start overthinking everything about them. You replay conversations, you reread messages, you analyze their tone and body language like you're decoding secret government files. And little things start to feel huge. A smile feels like a green light. A late reply feels like it's the end of the world. Infatuation can feel amazing because the novelty of a new crush literally activates all the feel-good chemicals in the brain. And every time the brain is in search of a little dopamine, it becomes wired to think about that special someone, the uncertainty, the possibility. That's how the chase begins. And not only that, infatuation also loves filling in blanks. When you don't know someone well, your mind will try to finish the story for you. You imagine their personality, you assume their intentions, you build a whole character based on limited data and put them on a pedestal. Sometimes the person you're falling for is half real and half your brain being creative. Stage 3. Climax. This is the peak of intensity, emotionally, physically, or both. At this stage, desire is no longer subtle. Your thoughts, emotions, and body are fully involved. You might feel a strong urge to be close to them, impress them, or secure their attention at all costs. Boundaries can start to blur here. You might ignore red flags. You might rationalize behavior you normally would not accept. You might prioritize their validation over your own comfort, needs, or values. Because when lust reaches its climax, the brain isn't focused on long-term compatibility. It's focused on relief. Relief from uncertainty, relief from desire, relief from not knowing where you stand. If the connection is mutual and healthy, this stage can feel exciting and affirming. But if it's inconsistent, unavailable, or one-sided, it can leave you feeling anxious, attached, and emotionally off balance. A helpful question here is, am I choosing this person, or am I reacting to the intensity of wanting them? Stage 4. Clarity. Eventually, the fog lifts, the chemical high settles down, and you're finally able to see the person more clearly, without the fantasy filter, without the constant adrenaline. This is the stage where lust either transforms or fades. You start noticing things you overlooked before. Their communication style, how they handle conflict, whether their actions match their words, whether you actually feel safe, respected, and emotionally regulated around them. For some connections, clarity brings disappointment. The attraction was real, but the compatibility wasn't. And that's okay. For others, clarity brings something better. Attraction that's grounded, mutual, and supported by real emotional connection. The key difference is, lust pulls you in with intensity. Clarity helps you decide whether to stay. Because lust is about desire, but clarity is about choice. And knowing the difference can save you a lot of emotional whiplash. So now we're curious. Have you ever noticed yourself moving through any of these stages? Or maybe you realized you were stuck in one longer than you expected. Understanding lust doesn't mean shutting it down or feeling ashamed of it. It just means learning how your mind and body respond to attraction, so you can make choices that actually serve you. Because when you can tell the difference between intensity and intimacy, you give yourself the power to build connections that feel exciting and emotionally safe.